Bryant to the rim. Whoa.
It's about what, doing it big or going home. I'm focused on my plan, in my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it, one of the best that did it, coming with it. Understand this is all I think about, all I ever wanna do, all I ever work for. So ain't no giving up, and up to the limit, just to win it is a must. Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop. Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop.
Bryant for the win. He is a remarkable talent. I mean, he got into one of those zones, and I've said it many times. It's all right for regular players to get in a zone, but when you're the best player and you get in a zone, that shouldn't be fair. And it wasn't fair.
Access, watch the progress, can't be done, man, I'm the champion.
What up, everybody? We are here again with Worldwide Laker Talk. Got my man Ant Gooch joining us from the Take 5 Sports Group. We just were talking before we came on air about how the NBA has now turned into the Game of Thrones with this trade. Anybody can get it.
Anybody.
Remember how in Game of Thrones you like, oh, they the star of the show. Oh, gone. They the star of the show. Gone.
This was the red episode, bro.
This was the red wedding. This was the
red wedding right here, bro. Everybody just stopped and was like, I saw a clip on Twitter where a DJ announced it in the middle of a club, dog. Like, how you stop music to announce that Luka got traded for AD?
I'm telling you, like last night was, like you said, how shocked everybody was at the end of the red wedding. That's how shocked we all was at at that trade yesterday. And the pieces move because people forget, like Max Christie gone too, Jalen Hood Schifino gone too. You know what I mean? Like
when everybody when people hit me up talking about Luka to the Lakers for AD, I was like, all right, you lying, whatever. This shit is fake. Nah, bro.
Shams had to do damn near 3 tweets for people to believe it was him.
Bruh. Shams was like, hey, I'm dead serious. Like,
he was like,
this is legit. this is really legit right now.
It was. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think this was? Well, I already feel like it's the most shocking NBA trade in NBA history. The most shocking. But do y'all feel it was the biggest blockbuster trade in NBA history?
Biggest trade since the CP3 trade.
But so the reason I'm gonna say it's bigger than that trade to me, well, I say to me, it's the biggest blockbuster trade because all the other blockbusters, even with like Shaq and all that, you didn't get superstar for superstar.
Okay, so what does that mean?
In a prime. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get superstar. You got superstar for a bunch of pieces. You got a super, you know what I mean? Like this time you got 2 all NBA players in their prime traded mid-season. Has there ever been a trade bigger than that?
Wasn't CP3 in his prime? And rumors, had it that we were getting Dwight Howard at the exact same time.
Well, that's true. We're gonna get we were supposed to get Dwight Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
So you had 2 huge stars coming to Kobe, and now you couldn't have told me in a million years the Mavs was gonna trade Luka. Like Luka. It's crazy.
I guess it would be, in this era, especially of social media, that with the boom of social media, I think this is probably the biggest, to have hit,
Well, this is the first big trade like this in social media for sure.
Right.
Because this ain't like, the Pau Gasol trade wasn't really social media, wasn't big like that then, even the CP3 trade. So in the social media area for sure, this is by far the biggest, the biggest trade.
I think it's one of the best trades too when you really look at it, from the fact that I think both teams are really going to win from this, Dallas short term and the Lakers long term. So I think both parties are pretty satisfied with the trade, and I don't think AD can be mad. He gets to play with Kyrie, he gets to play with Jason Kidd, and I definitely don't think Luka's mad. He gets to play with his favorite player in LeBron. So I think both sides are happy.
Yeah, speaking of that, I want to touch on that with you, Quincy. You said something that I hadn't thought about. In our chat, you said AD going over there is dangerous because he's going to Jason Kidd, who basically set up the Dallas Mavericks like that Lakers 2020 team when he was here coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about. I hadn't thought about that.
Well, yeah. If you look at you look at Kyrie, the playmaker, that's Rondo. You know that was Rondo's role. Dallas was really the only team, one of the few teams that's running like two bigs. Everybody else got like two guards, a forward, three forwards, or whatever, and then a five. They actually Jason Kidd said today in the press conference that AD probably would close games at the five, but throughout the game he's going to play four. Where did that happen? That's what he did here.
Yep.
That's what he's been asking for the past 4 years. And that's where I would have to be critical of the Lakers about, because the man been saying for 4 years that he wanted to play the 4 spot, which is no different than how Tim Duncan was, how Kevin Garnett was, how Pau Gasol was. All those players wanted to be forwards, despite they had the height or the size to play the 5. And for some reason they didn't do that. But then if you just look at just the relationships alone, I think the Lakers took care of AD. They sent him to a place that he wouldn't say no to.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison was his representative at Nike along with Kobe back in the day. That's how Nico, I believe, introduced AD to Kobe, because he was representing them both at Nike. He's close with Jared Dudley, who was a part of that 2020 coach. Jason Kidd was part of that 2020 coach. You remember him and Kyrie was supposed to team link up before, but AD didn't want to go to Boston.
Right.
and so they took care of him. They sent him to a situation that he wouldn't say no to, that I think he's happy at. And based on everything I've heard, I watched the Dallas Mavericks press conference today. It seemed like Nico Harrison wanted AD.
Yeah. That's why they didn't go to nobody else. Yeah.
He didn't talk to no other squad, because he could have started a bargaining war and just had teams throw everything in the kitchen sink. And he seemed like he was locked on AD. That's who he wanted. And if you look at their team, it's how it's structured. You know, they pretty much gonna have the somewhat the 2020 model. You know, you got two centers, Lively and what's the called? That came from Washington. Why can't I think of his name now?
Gafford.
Gafford,
yeah.
And then that's going to allow AD to play where he always wanted to play. And there's going to be a lot of pick and pop. And him and Kyrie, he actually get to be able to play the style that he been wanting to play. For some reason, the Lakers didn't abide by that. But I tell you the truth, I give both sides. I see why they did it. I see why Dallas did it, and I see why the Lakers had to do it. Because, you know, it doesn't look like Rob was shopping AD. But if a nigga come up to you like, hey, I want AD, you go, nah. Well, what about Luka?
Right. Like, that changed the conversation.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, we played this game before. Like, how many people would you trade AD for?
Yep.
Jokic,
we sure did. Yep.
Jokic, Luka, Wembley, maybe Giannis.
Tatum.
I wouldn't trade him for Tatum.
No.
I think Tatum is more just set up in a good situation on a good team. I'm talking about these are guys that carry teams.
Right.
You think about the guys that carry teams, like you could put them with a bunch of average players. There's a chance that they still might get them to the playoff.
Right.
It's like 3 of those. And Luka, you know, I got Luka rated as the second best player in the league after Joker. So, I mean, it's like Rob you couldn't say no. I know a lot of Laker fans are upset, but if y'all 3 years from now, when AD is 35 on the decline, and y'all find out that we could have had Luka, and Rob said no, people would kill.
Won't be pissed off.
Motherfuckers gonna lose their mind. So as much like I'm wearing my little shirt now with AD and LeBron. As much as I'm a fan of AD, he was my favorite Laker. This was a Chris Paul trade. This is what the Lakers tried to do with CP3. Right when Kobe was getting ready to usher out, we was gonna bring in a CP3 Dwight Howard, and it seemed like we've been, we're able to make up for that because in this current CBA, everybody locked up. I mean, if LeBron retires and you got cap space, who you gonna go get? Who's available?
Right.
Everybody's locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to go get, a 25-year-old superstar that is rare that you're gonna have this opportunity, like, because normally people when they done is like after that second big contract.
Yeah.
Not that first one, it's after that second one. When they like 28, 29, 30, that's when we normally steal them. But not 25. You have to make that deal. As much as I love AD, you have to do it.
So do you think LeBron stays, or do you think there's another move where LeBron is ultimately gone?
Well, LeBron has a no trade clause, so LeBron get to dictate whether or not he want to be traded. They just can't sneak and trade LeBron. But what I think LeBron is gonna do is he gonna see what happens because I don't think the Lakers was even had a plan for Luka. It was like, oh shit, we gotta get Luka. Not knowing now, we gotta find a five, we gotta find a shooting guard, blah blah blah. I think LeBron is gonna sit around, see what happens. See, because as much as everybody talk about the pick and roll between Kyrie and AD, Luka and LeBron pick and roll gonna be pretty fucking scary too. So I think LeBron gonna see what's happened, how the team is filled out, how they build it, and if you like it, I think that he'll go another year or two. If not, I think he'll probably say next year is gonna be his last year.
Well, let me ask y'all this: do y'all think? Because this, to your point, Quincy, about how you said they got Luka and like, oh shit, we get Luka, now we got to figure it out. Do you feel like they decided we're forfeiting this year, being that LeBron is in, the end, like, or are they going to try to put some more pieces around to try to make a run this year? What are y'all thoughts on that?
You go ahead, Ron. I talk.
My bad, I had it on mute. No, I think honestly that they're going for it. I think they're going to try to get Miles from Indiana, and they're going to kind of throw it all out there because what you want to do, and this is something I try to stress to folks, is the Lakers are class personified. The Heat and Pat Riley are showing what you don't want to be as a franchise when you're out here exposing players, trying to lower out. I don't know what in the hell Pat Riley's doing over there, but what the Lakers consistently show is that we're the best organization in sports, and whether we want you to come to us and make it better, or whether we're sending you to a place just like we sent Shaq to the Heat. When it don't work out with us, we're going to still take care of you. If you win the ring with us, we're going to be the place to be. And so I think we're going to keep LeBron. I think LeBron now has an exit window. He can say, okay, I'll play next year. I'll make it my little, my Kareem exit where we're going to go around and get rocking chairs from all the teams. And he'll feel comfortable leaving his son on the team with Luka, that can play. I think this is going to help Bronny too, because Bronny now gets to see one of the other great players and kind of work with him and kind of learn from him. So I think the Lakers have kind of pushed their chips to the middle and said, you know what, we're going to go all out with Luka, and we got a good 10 years coming. I know it comes across as if I hate AD, but what I kind of saw in AD, and this is just serious, is that you have certain mentalities. He's not an alpha dog. He is a great sort of second player on teams. And for the Lakers to be able to continue to sell tickets to kind of keep themselves in that space, we have to have a Luka type of player. And he's the largest international basketball player there is. So with that said, you team those two up, you pair. It's kind of like pairing LeBron and the Lakers. You're pairing now the next level of superstar with the Lakers who can now attract other players. I mean, I think we're not going to have any issues bringing some certain Euros over to our team because they're going to want to play with them. So I'm super excited. I'm proud of the Lakers. I think Jeannie and Rob has set us up for the future, and it's only going up from here.
Yeah, I want to welcome Marcus in. What's going on, Marcus? Good to see you, bro. Right now we're talking about if we thought the Lakers were forfeiting this season, or if we think they're going to try to round it out with some pieces and go for it. What do you think?
That is the $1 million question, right? Man, honestly, I'm not sure because the one thing that sticks in my mind is this the final move, right? Is Luka just one piece? Because I'm hoping that there's another piece. If Luka's the only piece, then I feel like, yeah, you're kind of giving up on the season.
Right.
And to me, that's the most like un-Laker-like thing, especially going off of past years. Because normally in previous years, we're normally like the 8 to 10 seed right now. So that's the point where I could see like you be willing to maybe kind of punt on the season. But the fact that we're actually kind of up there in the standings, it's like it doesn't make sense then to then just get Luka and be like, all right, well, let's trash the season and build for the future. Like it just the moves don't. There's no consistency within the moves at all.
Right. I think I agree with Terrell Gardner too, and Ant said this. I don't think it's the final move. I think this was the first domino.
Yes.
And the reason I feel like it's the first domino because they wanted AD so bad that they let us keep our second first round pick. I feel like this is the first trade we didn't get that crazy Laker tax, and it's the biggest one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like they was trying to get 2 first rounds and AR for like Trae Young.
Yeah, well, that's why I say, I'm really glad that Rob Pelinka is not on Twitter. Look at the trades people wanted to actually trade those picks and shit for. It was like ridiculous, and this is why
they were trying to trade it for DeJounte Murray.
Dog. I mean, but this is why. A couple of things to get to your point. So it seemed like a hypothetical became real in like 48 hours.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Nico say that they've been talking for a month? So
they said they've been talking 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
he said, but like from what they're saying, Rob wasn't even taking him serious.
Right.
Like, yeah, okay, all right, dude. Look, we play this game because Nico, the relationships, Nico and Rob go back because, like I said, Nico was Kobe rep for Nike, and of course, Rob was Kobe agent. So they have a relationship. So from they tend to go out, have drinks, coffee, whatever, and they bounce stuff off of one another. So, but what they were saying is it didn't really get serious until like the last 48 hours, which is Rob is like, oh shit, he really want to do this. And so you could tell that like the Lakers, if you look at how we traded what it is, like I don't think they really was planning to like have Luka. So now because we have about 4 or 5 days for them to actually try
make the other move.
To make those other moves. I definitely don't think they punt. We seen Luka do more with less.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's 2 things. One, shout out Black History Month and whoever got that fire smoke detector noise in the background. Shout out to you. The second one is if we get Miles Turner, he's not AD, but he's a big, and you got Luka, I think we win that trade easily.
For sure.
Easily.
If you get Miles Turner, because you get that rim protector, so now you got Miles Turner, Finney, and Vando for your defense. And then you got LeBron and Luka for your scoring and AR for your scoring. That's a dangerous lineup.
Yep.
That's a dangerous squad now. Now everything looks different. And that's why I said to Marcus' point where like if this the final move, it looks a little sticky. But if you bring in like that center, that defensive anchor, this team is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This team is going to be a problem if you bring in that defensive anchor. So I'm just hoping Rob brings it home. You know what I'm saying? I think that might mean Rui might be out of here because he's probably the best contract we have left.
Well, I actually think the trade makes Austin Reeves expendable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we said that yesterday because he can't play the 2. You traded what you call it, because you had Austin as your number 1. Yeah, you traded D'Lo to give Reeves more minutes at the point guard. Now you bringing in Luka. Yeah. There's no need for Reeves at this point.
Well, I mean, there's a way you could use him, but because I would say you put him in a Mono Ginobili role.
Yep. Yep. 6 man.
But if you have to go use him in a trade to get your quality like 2, because we have nobody to defend 2 guards.
Yep.
Like, man, 2 guards looking at shot because and Paul Max Christie, I ain't gonna lie, that part of the trade sting a little bit for me.
Yeah, because he was coming into his
actually finally develop him into the KCP that we missed, and then he's gone. So it's these next 4 days gonna be pretty interesting. But if anybody ever wondered what the Lakers was gonna do after LeBron, well,
here you go.
It's the Luka era, and I'm like I said last night. I was getting gas, bro. I was like, maybe these gas fumes got me fucked up. I know I just didn't see that in my phone. So, and people be hacking. So I went to Chris Haynes because Chris Haynes and Shams was like my go-to. If they report it, then it's more likely legit. And then when he reported and ESPN put it out, I said, "Oh my gosh, what's just really happening?" And I didn't know how to feel about the trade. And then the more I got away from my emotions, because like I said, I love AD. I was like, "You had to do it."
So, do y'all believe LeBron really had no idea? Do y'all believe that?
I don't think he did. I think they even didn't bring Rich Paul until the last minute.
Nico Harris said he didn't tell Jason. He literally it stayed between him and Rob because what he was afraid of, if Luka get a hold of this, now you might have a Jimmy Butler situation. So
whose behalf? On AD or Luka?
Oh, Luka.
You don't think Luka would have been cool with leaving?
No, Luka's pissed.
Yeah, Luka pissed, bro.
Because of the Supermax?
Yeah.
Luka is he
lost $116 million.
Okay, so the Supermax thing then.
Yeah.
I think it's not just the Supermax thing. I think it's also I'm the face of the franchise, nigga. Yeah. I thought if anybody was safe, it's me.
I mean, because think about it. He been wanting to trade Luka for a minute now.
Let me ask you, was that Nico who took that beer from Luka in the?
No, that was Michael Finley.
No, that was Finley. Yeah.
Oh, that was Finley. Okay.
Yeah, that was Michael Finley.
All right.
Yeah. So Luka is straight pissed. He lost $115 million, and plus, like Dame said, I'm a franchise player, and you've been one. And then you go out and you talking about you trying to implement a culture, and some people fit, and the hell. So
like I just took y'all to the finals.
Yeah.
What me and Ann said before we got on the show as well. I said this signifies the end of player empowerment. For like in regards to them having the control they thought they had. This new
That's
CBA
what KD said.
The way this new CBA is set up. If you ain't playing the way I think you playing, when the max come, I'm trading your ass because I'm not paying that super max. That's a lot of money.
Well, KG also said that the other day about Jimmy Butler. He was like, "You fucking up everything that we built, with the way you acting. So these owners are not going to play with us no more."
And look what happened. And look what
happened. KG even inferred that that may lead to a non-guaranteed contract.
Non-guaranteed. Yep.
But I think after a while, Luka will be very appreciated because it could have been worse.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
They could have sent him to Cleveland.
So he definitely been set up into a situation, and I definitely think it was fight. Like I think a big part of it was financial.
The reason I think LeBron really didn't know about it, and I think I think none of them knew, nothing leaked. Nothing. There was not even a whisper of this.
Dude, at all.
Matt Christie interview was like, yeah, you know, we did real good 4-1, blah blah blah. And my dude was gone, traded.
Yeah, I think that's why. That's the reason I don't think LeBron really knew about it, because if LeBron knew about it and didn't want it to happen, he probably would have leaked it. You know what I'm saying? Him and his like nothing leaked. Not like usually you hear a whisper or something. Usually you hear in the back of something like, there's been we didn't hear like not one thing.
Yeah, he said Nico Harrison said they literally kept it between him and Rob until it got serious. That's when Rob hit Rich Paul like, look, they offered me Luka for AD, like, bro.
That's what I said.
Okay, so then
Rich Paul, the deal was done.
So then, if you hit Rich Paul is LeBron best friends. How does LeBron not know?
I think that's when.
I think by the time it got to LeBron, I think
unless it was finalized at that point,
I think he bought it to Rich like the deal done.
Yeah, the deal is done.
I think he bought it to him like the deal done.
Yeah,
and I just need you to get your client to sign off. And the reason I feel like AD was okay, he waived his trade kicker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he waived his trade kicker. So, you know, let me ask y'all this, because I know there's a little hullabaloo that has been around it. People saying like maybe Luka coming to LA will be a good thing because he'll be next to one of the top athletes when it comes to taking care of your body ever. And they were saying like, well, maybe he will be able to help teach Luka how to be a professional in that aspect. What are y'all thoughts on that? Because some people are like, oh, they trying to give LeBron credit already or for somebody want to do it. But I know from watching the Olympic documentary, we talking about Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, like some of the top players in the world said after they played with Kobe in the Olympics and watched his work ethic, they all had career years after that because he taught them something they didn't know about being professionals. And these guys are already franchise players. Do you think it kind of could be the same effect with putting Luka next to LeBron of like having somebody help show him how to be a professional, because he didn't have that in Dallas?
You can only say that if LeBron is part of staying here and not part of the next move. All depends on if he's traded or not.
And if he's traded, where do you think he goes? I just say either Golden State or the Suns.
No, he's going to retire a Laker.
If LeBron ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He's building 3 houses here.
No, when you 40, you ain't trying to think about it. LeBron has never lived in a different city than his family.
Yeah.
He has always lived in the same city, whether he went to Miami, Savannah went with him, he went to Cleveland. Like, so I think when you 40, you pretty much set in like, I'm staying here. Like
he saw Kobe. Look at it. He saw Kobe ride off into the sunset. I mean, what other franchise would you want to ride off into the sunset being under in the Laker brand?
Yeah. That's
you know, I mean, think about that. He ain't
like
going
I said,
nowhere, man.
LeBron has a no trade clause, so I don't even think at this point he'll even go back to Cleveland.
No.
So then if he stays, then yes, he will get in Luka ear and they will talk about how they could dominate and let's work on getting you in shape. I mean, it's gonna.
Do you think gameplay wise, do you think he tries to do a Kyrie type thing with him, with Luka, like the game they played together?
Let him kill when needed.
Yeah. Do you think that's
the game? No, he definitely gonna let Luka close. He been. I mean that's like Ron said earlier. That was the knock on AD. He
didn't have that. Yeah.
We wanted AD to be Kobe, but AD was okay with being Powell.
Right. That's a great way to put it.
Damn.
That in the end, if you look, we got swept. We lost by 1, 2, 4, and what? Another buzzer. We by 2, right?
Yeah.
And the biggest difference between us and Denver is when they stars became clutch and made big shots. You check the box scores, AD 1 shot in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
You check the box score.
And he was comfortable with that. Like it didn't bug him.
And as much as I love AD, it was like we was waiting for AD to go to the next level. When a nigga 31, ain't no more next level. That's who he is.
Right.
We can say next level like, oh, he's 26, 27, but when you 31 years old, this is ain't no more. AD is at the peak. At this point, he's gonna start going downhill. We can't sit up here and continue to talk about him going to the next level. He didn't want that. And then we saw LeBron just don't have that. His body, LeBron been burning out damn near every April.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But for the past 3 years.
Yeah, you run
You
out
right.
of gas.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I mean, I tell people with LeBron, either you gonna get defense or you gonna get offense.
Right.
But you ain't getting both no more.
I'll take defense now with Luka on the team. And just to
Exactly.
speak to that, Quincy, I think what really hurt AD was that he started off on fire this year. Dude was dominating the first 7 to 10 games. And then he kind of started to fizzle off. Because I think Rob was giving him one more opportunity, which was this year. And he said, you know what? I don't think it ever crossed Rob's mind last year to trade AD. But I think after he saw AD become a top MVP candidate and then just fizzle into the sun. I mean, when he played Sabonis, fizzle, Joker, fizzle. Like it's just certain players that he doesn't step up to the challenge. You know, when Kobe had a player where you knew when we were playing anybody, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Kobe was turning it up 10,000%. AD was the quite opposite. He was just comfortable letting everybody else take over. I mean, I wanted to see him get into it with LeBron and be like, bro, throw me the motherfucking ball. We needed that Shaq attitude from AD, where he was just like, no, you're gonna give me the ball now. It's my team. And LeBron would have respected that. And he never did that. So I'm cool with it.
I mean, especially when you got a LeBron who will let other people close. Like LeBron really don't want that closing responsibility.
Right.
Unless it's a tie game, like Dame used to always say. If it's a tie game, LeBron gonna shoot.
I mean, the nigga literally let us run our offense through Lonnie Walker against Golden State. Because Lonnie Walker was cooking Steph. LeBron took it. LeBron was like, all right, cool. I mean, Lonnie Walker was like Kyrie that game, but it just showed he is willing. Yeah. I mean, that's why Austin Reeves have developed. I mean, a lot of people like to be critical of LeBron, and some of it is warranted, but some of it you gotta. Austin Reeves has developed into a pretty good clutch player and one of our clutchest player because LeBron is willing to because he really don't want that. I mean that interfere into his whole little narrative. So
look what he did with D'Lo last year when it was one game D'Lo was going off and D'Lo passed LeBron the ball. And LeBron like, man, if you don't take this shit and shoot it, like what the fuck? Like you hooping and what D'Lo do? Hit that shit and LeBron looking like dog. Like, come on.
LeBron. Now Kobe was a different beast. You better pass that motherfucker. I don't give a damn how many people.
But Kobe will back down when look at the Olympic team. When Kobe will do what's needed. He understood just watching the game.
But look how stacked a team had to be.
Yeah, I was about to say the Olympics was a little different story.
Well, no, because remember, Phil Jackson told the story of when Kobe went on that run of 40-point games, and then Shaq came back and he said, "All right, we got to stop that because the big fella, we need him in the playoffs. You got to stop your 40-point run." Kobe was like, I could have did that shit for like 10 more games.
Yeah. But no, I think back to AD, that just wasn't who he is. Because I kept on thinking, who were we going to bring here to play with AD? I mean, if you look at who contracts was coming up and who's
we said that.
Players like
I never fathomed Luka. Luka was the furthest thing from my mind.
No,
I'm thinking Edwards. I'm thinking Anthony Edwards. Because Minnesota's gonna lose Anthony Edwards. That's what I'm thinking.
But he locked in. He locked in for like the next 4 or 5 years.
He gonna demand to be traded. Watch in 2 years. I'm calling that first right now. If they don't win, because after they got rid of Cat, their chemistry fell apart. He's gonna be up next.
Put it out there.
That's because they had to pay Anthony Edwards.
But wait, when LeBron retired, that's a perfect person to come play with Luka.
Well, I'm speaking. Ask y'all, do y'all think players will now want to come play with Luka too? Like, will that be attractive for players to come to LA to play with Luka?
I think so. They saw how he meshed with Kyrie. Yeah, well, that too.
What your game is, I think.
I think it also depends upon what the Lakers are doing at that time. Like to me, if the Lakers just go completely in the toilet, I don't think it'll be as attractive anymore. I think we got to have some degree of winning, because even with Dallas, like, they were still actually doing a little something. They weren't just, you know, um, they weren't just scrubs of the West. Like, they were
Right.
actually really competing. So I think that that style works, of someone being so ball dominant, if you are actually winning. If you're not winning, then it's just like, you might as well go play with LaMelo Ball or somebody then. Like, I'm gonna just watch you jack up shots anyway. So yeah.
Who was the shooting guard y'all would put next to Luka? If we had a wish list, who's the shooting guard?
Booker.
Ant. I don't like Booker's size, man. I'm just I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I like taller players, man. So I'm thinking Ant personally.
I just feel like Edwards is ball dominant, and he needs the ball in his hand in order to be Edwards.
Yeah, I think Booker is a better pick, because Booker is a killer too, and he don't have to have the ball all the game to get you buckets.
With Luka, though, can we afford another defensive liability with Luka? I mean, that's really my long-term thinking. We got to put defensive players around Luka.
So my thing is, that depends on if you got Miles Turner at the rim, if you got Vando and
DFS.
Yeah, DFS. So if you got those guys, your back line can save you from a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got those guys, your wings can save because they got length. You're not just running up in the lane. They can save you. So that's why I say it all depends on what we do next.
What's constructed?
Yeah, because you could have two defensive guards, Luka at the 3, LeBron 4, and then go find you a 5. It all depends how they want to structure the team. I mean, because to tell you the truth, I wouldn't put Luka in the backcourt. I go find me 2 feisty defenders. That's a 1 or 2 that could defend 1 or 2s, that shoot 3s and play and have Luka just run the point from the 3 spot. Because I wouldn't put him in the backcourt. I mean, you asking for a damn disaster.
I know we look at Vanderbilt as a defender, but is he quick enough to defend a 2?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you tag team him in DFS. You got a tandem.
We got them.
He did. The thing with Vando is he gonna have to hit his shot.
Yeah,
man, because they expose him.
He ain't threat at all. He ain't a central threat at all.
Yeah. He got to hit his shot.
DFS is a threat. DFS gives us a threat offensively. But let me ask you,
that last night.
Everybody talking about defense. How many guards, especially shooting guards, how many shooting guards in the league are really playing defense like that?
That's what
That's why Max Christie.
It's only Drew Holiday out there I could think of.
Drew Holiday, Max Christie, KCP.
Let me throw this out there, guys. What about our guy over there at the Nets? He don't want to shoot at all.
Who? Oh, Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons.
You know what? That might be somebody they might bring in too. They might bring in. I forgot about.
They talking about cutting him.
Yeah, they might bring in Ben Simmons.
I mean, I don't. He could be the backup 4, but the thing about it, if you playing with Luka and LeBron, you got at least.
You need shooters. You need scorers. Yeah. But I think LeBron can help. I think LeBron can help him figure out that, you know what I'm saying? It's just about confidence, man. Ben Simmons it's all mental, man. I don't know if they need to send him to a shrink or what, but his game is mental. What he lacks is mental. He has all the physical capabilities, but I think he just completely lost his confidence. And, until he can address that, and I think just sitting down with somebody would help him. I mean, we've seen this in sports just in general. People get the Chuck Knobloch, people get the yips. And it's just like a twitch in their brain that won't fire correctly. And if you do figure out a way to get that, look how much more you can get out of that kid. He's still young. He has the size. He can defend. I mean, it's just being put in the right situation. I think that might be the best option while we have LeBron. Once LeBron is out of here, bro, we got the sky is the limit.
The thing about it, I just don't think the LA market is patient enough for a nigga like that. Hell,
that's true.
I mean, we call rookies a bust if they have bad game in the summer league.
But do you think Do you think Simmons lost his confidence because of that last game in Philly, or was it more because Embiid didn't have his back too?
I think
A
Simmons.
combination.
I think it's a combination, but I also think Simmons has had these problems for a while. I don't think it's been like one game or you
I
know what I
saw
mean.
it at LSU.
Yeah, I think he's had this kind of thing for a while. I think they put more on him than he could handle. Like because they expect. Remember,
Why
he was
not just
supposed to
try it out? Isn't
resign
this his last year, Dane? Is this his
I
last
think
year?
so.
Why not just
Independent
try it
contract.
out for? Yeah, just try it out for the rest of this
Well,
season.
so the thing is, because he is a good defender, he don't want to shoot. He's a great distributor, but also he's another person like LeBron and Luka who needs the ball to be effective. So now you got three people who are only effective with the ball in their hands. How does that work?
Yeah.
The defense is about to be
If,
so
if LeBron
disrespectful
steps
too.
back, if LeBron changes his role, LeBron just needs to step back.
You think LeBron about
Attack
to
when
play off
needed.
ball at 40?
Well, I
He
mean,
needs to.
he has playing off ball, but it's about LeBron defensive matchup. LeBron don't even want to guard threes no more. And he would
Yeah,
push somebody
and
else over
fours would
there
be
in a
yeah.
minute. That is not like LeBron is like Karl Malone now on defense. Like a power forward at this point.
So Terrell, I think Bruce Brown would be a good pick, but if I'm not mistaken, by the CBA, they said we're in a second tier apron. So if a player who makes as much money as Bruce Brown is cut, I don't think the Lakers can get him.
Because I was thinking Lonzo Ball. That'd be
Yeah, and they said if he get cut, we can't get Lonzo Ball because of the
it has to be somebody who gets cut that make less than 12 million.
yeah. So that drastically changes who you can get on the
Good luck
buyout.
with that. Yeah.
I told you this CBA trash. I don't know what Iguodala and CJ McCollum was doing, bro. Signing this trash ass team. This is like the worst NBA season. And they usually the NBA players union usually do a damn good job. I don't know what happened.
And like the point I was making, I think that's 50% of why Luka was traded. You pay Luka $400 million, you gotta cut a lot of weight. That's why when Ant got that contract, Karl Anthony Towns had to go.
I think what a lot of people didn't miss.
3 players on your team making over 250, 300 million.
I mean, the crazy part
Did
with
you
this
guys
Luka
see?
trade is
The
crazy part with this Luka trade is both Luka and Bronson was drafted together.
Yeah,
both are gone. Both are gone.
Nico Harris is on the clock because he traded away both of them, and they don't win. Everybody's gonna look at that as the turning point.
Yeah. Did you guys see Mark Cuban on Club Shay Shay? I think what was the first step is Mark Cuban no longer being the majority owner of the Mavs.
Yep.
If Mark Cuban was still here, Luka's never.
He ain't giving
traded.
Lakers nothing.
He is not trading Luka to the Lakers.
But what he spoke about is the fact that corporations are taking over the ownership roles now, and single people don't have the funds to just be able to pay out these types of salaries. He's basically saying, he's like, look, the players are going to be making more than the owners soon. And if that's the case, there should be a sort of like venture capitalist groups that have control over these teams who have that type of money to dish out to teams. So not only does the Lakers have the Time Warner contract, which is the kicker here, the Lakers just off of profit from that contract can pay these players. Then you have merchandising that can pay these players. So we have the revenue stream to be able to bring on a Luka at $223 million, because that's what we're about to sign him to. He's about to get that max from us, whatever it is. And then we also have the brand. So it's like a perfect fit. I mean, be quite honest with you, especially with the NBA trying to go international. I think Silver sees the writing on the wall and says, okay, viewership is down. What better way can you bring viewership back to the league? It's by putting the top international player with the top brand, and then we riding off into the sunset. I want to see the Lakers, Boston back in the finals. They had to do something, and that's why the league signed off on it, and that's why Dallas is willing to, because Dallas is going for it right now. And honestly, if the Lakers aren't in it, I want to see AD do. I want to see Dallas back in there to kick Boston's ass, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I got OKC in the West coming out this year. Those kids are running their ass off, man.
What's that?
I'll read it. This is a great move. Y'all have to see the bigger picture in this trade. I like AD, but he plays soft for a big man, plenty of talent, but too soft. Now I'm shocked with Max, but this business don't care too much. with Jalen, the whole point is it's a trade. It's a great trade for both teams, but Lakers came out on top point blank. It's showtime, baby.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
What he don't making his salary, Luka gonna get that money on the back end. Even if he didn't get any endorsements, Lynette, the Lakers gonna make sure he get.
Yeah, they're gonna take care of him.
They're gonna take care of him. Like somebody said, he got the chance to be the franchise player for the next 10 years. AD
Don't be surprised. Luka's about to get signed by Google. Just think of all the top 3 brands that are out there. It's going to either be Google, Amazon, or Apple. He's about to get an endorsement from one of those large, those top 3 tiers, some alphabet companies.
And he's an international player, which changes the demographic of what he can do and what he can bring to the game. And I know the Lakers are looking at that too, because they're about to make a lot of international money off of this.
Bruh. You
So,
know, this is business.
I mean, but it also shows that relationships matter. You know, the Lakers haven't been able to make a move without having some type of relationship, whether it's clutch. And now we know the backstory to Nico and Rob's relationship.
Also, too, Quincy, I found out Nico was actually AD's Nike rep as well. So
Yeah,
they go way back.
Yeah. I mentioned that earlier that Nico introduced AD to Kobe because he was Kobe's Nike rep. So you know, it's relationships matter. My only I know a lot of Dallas fans. I think Dallas fans are undervaluing AD big time.
That's a good team. That's a good team right now in Dallas.
Yeah, the healthy Dallas team is going to be a problem.
Right.
Because they had a lot of shooters, but they had a lot of good utility players. That's what I noticed in the playoffs last year. They had a lot of I'm not a star, but I do everything players.
Because AD don't have to close. He has to.
No, Kyrie got that.
Yeah, Kyrie
up.
got it.
You know, Kyrie's happy. AD's happy.
AD pick and roll. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Kyrie's happy. Luka's not there. I mean, just to be honest with you, he's like, "Shit, I can do this." Now you give me AD.
Well, I think that's what helped the trade. That they've been pretty successful without Luka. When Kyrie played and Luka didn't play, they have a pretty good record without Luka. It just they felt like defensively they wanted to be a defensive juggernaut, and there's not a better player to do that with. And you got AD, and you already got a defensive five there. So trying to finish at the rim against Dallas is gonna be a problem.
I was gonna say that's a big team now too. Like, if you look at that front court, plus they got, even the guards, like they got there's a lot of size over there. And PJ
Washington is normally a 4.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Right.
He's there 3 now.
Right.
So
I think you just mentioned too, like even the pick and roll of stopping Kyrie and AD, and then it's like you still got probably 8 or Clay spotted up in the corner somewhere.
Man.
Like if you do actually stop that pick and roll of Kyrie and AD, Clay spotted up, he's got to be wide open at that point because it's going to take more than 2 people to stop that pick and roll. So the defense is going to have to rotate and just open looks for Clay.
All right, I want to ask y'all about Andrew's comment. He said, what about DK at the 2? Move Reeves back to the bench for backup PG with Rui as well. So you have Luka, DK, LeBron, DFS, and Turner, hopefully. How does that feel to y'all?
DK made Reeves like Michael Cooper on defense. like they be looking for, like other teams are searching for DK.
For both of them, honestly. They searching for Austin too.
But when they both on the court at the same time,
this is horrible. Yeah,
we know the rule. DK.
You can't have 2 Vanilla Ices on the court at the same time. Now, come on.
Yeah,
they be salivating.
Yeah, when they on the court at the same time, they looking for Dawson ass.
Those are our 2 best shooters. Like when you think about it, those are our 2 best shooters, right? So you spread them out. You separate them. One of them should be on the court at all times.
Right.
Yeah. We gonna have to get a 5. I actually kind of like the young dude with the muscles, but his ass, he's about 2 generations late the way how he play.
Who,
he gonna fall out in 2 minutes.
Coloco or the last one we just signed?
The last one.
Oh,
He's slow as hell, but dude,
He
I'm
does.
like,
He
dude,
like
you gonna
Duckworth.
fall-
Oh, Duckworth. What was that?
I'm like, you gonna fall out, player.
Did you say Kevin Duckworth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Duckworth style. Like I'm bringing that Kevin Duckworth style back.
Damn, I was watching him in the G League. Man, he was throwing motherfuckers left and right. I said, bro, you are not going to last 3 minutes in any NBA game.
Back in the 80s,
Like
maybe.
He's
In the
strong
80s,
as
he
hell,
would have been
too.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
back in the
because
80s, but not
Duckworth was
now.
just strong as shit.
Man, what's his name? We got to give my man
Michael Cage, all of them, sure.
King
just
James is going to
put him out there.
He's going to retire. Luka is going to take over because he played just like the GOAT, and Luka looks up to him. King James watched the play. It's showtime, baby. All right, King.
Jameson the third.
Yeah, Jameson third. Yeah.
Trey Jameson the third.
He sound like he throw niggas around.
At first, he looked like he should have been a linebacker, but dude, I said the other game he had just played a real NBA game. He had 5 fouls in like 8 minutes. I was like, bro, you cannot. I was like, you should have played in about 03. You should have came in the league by 04, 03. You would have been straight. Yeah,
yeah.
My dude has no finesse.
Zero.
None.
Zero.
No, he's just physical. Sometimes you need a bully, though. Sometimes, you know, you throw him out there.
I definitely could see like one matchup, you know, against Denver, and we just need to go put straight strength on Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But outside of that,
nah.
I mean, he out there.
And is Christian Wood ever coming back?
He ain't been the same since that they got him on camera at his baby mama house, man. I don't know what's going on with him.
I think either him or Keebler gonna have to go. We can't have 2 people out.
Yeah,
or taking up a roster spot like that.
Hey, which
Keebler can stretch the floor, though.
Which Morris twin did we get?
Not
Markeith, the one that won the title with us.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, he was pretty solid with us.
He was solid with us.
He was pretty solid when we went to that medium lineup, not our small lineup. Our big
he was
lineup.
hooping. Yeah, he was hooping.
Yeah,
Terrell, tough guy.
I think he comes back after the All-Star game.
He's gonna be back before the All-Star game, so he can play an All-Star game. Like, he playing an All-Star game, bro. Don't worry about that.
They said the 8th, so I don't know.
The 8th, he'll be back. Healthy, I don't know.
Quincy, let's put Jameson the third and Markeith Morris in the lineup together.
No,
it'll just be
what?
Lineup. That's a civil rights lineup right there.
Yeah. Right. No, that's literally 12 fouls in 4 minutes.
two fights.
Like,
Lakers need to fight.
I gotta go watch dude play. I was like, I like it, but dog, you are not gonna survive out there in the court.
That's a different kind of toughness.
He did a pick, and I swear it was a receiver coming across the middle. I mean, I haven't seen a hit like that all NFL playoff. I like, dude is just swole.
Cleaver coming off the bench.
He fractured his foot.
Yes, he going for the season, ain't he?
Yeah, I think so. What about Jackson Hayes though? What do y'all think about that? I think
I like
he's
Jackson.
gonna be in that dunker spot.
I like Jackson Hayes. It's just me and him way the same. Man, he's 7 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes weighed about 215. I mean,
if he could just play the same role as I forgot the dude from Dallas, the center, the dunker that they have. Just
lively.
Just watch his highlights from last year, like Jackson. Just when Luka gets in the middle, just cut to the rim. Just let him just drop it off to you right there, because that's all you need. Like, you know,
and he's athletic enough to get up there and get it.
Right. Go ahead. No, I would say what we were gonna know about though with LeBron when they were on that show, they were talking about Luka, him and
JJ.
And JJ were talking about that role of Luka, and I think they spoke this into existence because
when they were talking about everybody like to blitz Luka, and he was like, "That's the worst thing you could do is blitz Luka because he's gonna find a way to move the ball." And they say he's one of the best out of double team passers in the league. And they said, but the problem is there's no good answer for a Luka pick and roll, so that's why everybody blitz him.
Yeah, because Luka, to me, I mean, LeBron was the best at it, but since LeBron has gotten older, Luka is the best at searching out the mismatch and making you switch.
Yeah.
And if you go a smaller guy on him, he gonna go to the mid post.
Yeah.
If you put a big dude on him, he gonna step back and bust his ass with a three. So that's why most teams they just feel better just blitzing him, get the ball out of his hand, and then try to deny him the ball. We were successful at it, but if you remember that game, Vando was working his ass off that game. Vanderbilt was like, and not a lot of teams got somebody with that energy who's gonna pick up Luka full court, hound him like that. And so, yeah, it's a good problem to have if you the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, so can we all agree that we probably, besides I know you was good with it last night, Ron, but do we all agree we probably feel a little better about this trade today than we felt last night?
I do, because my emotions was all over the place.
Bro, I was in shock last night. I was last night. I was literally in shock because I'm like, I couldn't comprehend what was happening. Couldn't comprehend.
What I didn't want, Dame and Q, what I didn't want was that Kobe ending era, that after Kobe type of era, bro. We can't go through that again.
The Lakers didn't want that either. That's why they did.
We cannot go through that again, bro. Ever again. Like that, bro.
That's why I said this was the CP3 trade. That CP3 trade was supposed to be our insurance for post Kobe.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, despite how much the Lakers love AD, and they wasn't shopping them, but when you get an offer you couldn't refuse, they had to take it because for that reason right there. With LeBron retired, you probably got 3 max 4, maybe 4 years of top level AD. Where in this case, 4 years, we're looking at the decline of AD. 4 years from now, Luka will be 29.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And just entering his prime.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And they say your prime years is from 28 to 32. AD turned 32 in March.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we gonna get him we get him cheap compared to what he earned, because he's a NBA first team the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
And the reason why else is smart, because you traded AD. I think if you're gonna trade AD, this is the right time. While his value is still could pull you a Luka.
Yeah.
2 years from now, I'm not sure if Dallas will want to make that deal. Matter of fact, I'm pretty confident they probably don't make that deal.
Yeah.
And so you want to trade somebody while the iron is hot, and I think that's why, despite all emotions aside, you have to. Right,
have we ever made a trade? So, one question, Quincy: have we ever made a trade where we actually got a better player for the person we traded for? Like you trade for AD, get a ring, and then trade that person for somebody that can need to take you even further. Like I don't think we've ever done that.
I don't think so. We usually don't do that many trades.
Right.
Like we don't even make that second one.
No.
Yeah. Right. Like
No. But I was going to say this. I was going to say this. The hypocrisy that's out there with people who scream for the Lakers and ridicule them for trading away the young core.
Oh my good dog. Yeah.
And now that they have traded for the second best player in the league that is 25 years old, you have a problem with it?
Right.
It's only because LeBron's here.
Lonzo,
only because
Kuz, Hart, B.I. None of it was going to be Luka.
None.
So I don't understand. Like this whole for the past damn near 10 years, we have heard people criticize the franchise for giving up the young core, and now we got a 25-year-old superstar. Now they're not happy with that.
Like Ron said, because LeBron's still on the team. That's all it is.
Right.
If we trade LeBron, they're going to immediately be back on the bandwagon.
We knew all along, but they denied that. And that's why this trade is showing the hypocrisy, because we got the best 25-year-old in the league.
Yeah.
And
top 3 player in the whole league, period.
Like,
Yeah.
and for the young core, we got a championship in Luka.
Ben Simmons, was not Ben.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was Simons from ESPN? Once I heard their sort of chat online on YouTube, I was completely satisfied. You know, when that Celtic lover is pissed about this trade.
Hey, no, I saw Phoenix
Bill Simmons?
podcast, a Denver pot. They are pissed.
They pissed.
They
Fucking
are.
KD was pissed. KD is like, man, you know what? What?
Hey, so the story is a fan yelled at them, was like, "Hey, Luka just got traded to the Lakers," and KD was like, "Bullshit." So the fan hands them
his phone
so they could see it, and that's what they were looking at.
Yeah, I was wondering where he got the phone from. I'm like, dude, they be on the phone on the bench.
Yeah. A fan was like, Luka just got traded to the Lakers. So like,
just D'Angelo.
No, what KD said is, if Luka could get traded, anybody could get traded.
And that tells you another thing. All the players only mentioned Luka. Nobody said a word about AD. Their first thought was Luka.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
I mean, if we've been honest, he's the second best player in the league.
Yeah.
If you're in the West right now and you're not on the Lakers or the Thunder, or I guess I'll leave Houston out the situation right now. But if you're not on one of those teams, and even Denver, it just got real dark for you. Because it's like, man.
Because you know what's been Denver's fear for the past few years, right?
Yeah.
Joker going to Dallas to play with Luka.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's welcome to come here.
Oh my God.
But keep in mind, Houston has the top. So we got one 25 and under top player. Houston actually has 4 of the top 25 and under players on their team. I don't know how they rank that, but they actually have a bright future down in Houston. They're gonna have to trade somebody.
They doing their thing in Houston, but
the fact
that you could argue and say Luka been a top 5 player in the league since he was 21.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, But yeah, man, I'm seeing a lot of them like, wait a minute. So now you mad we traded a 31-year-old for the 25-year-old? Like, wasn't the whole deal about our team being old and the young core?
Take their excuses away. Some people just want to be mad though. So the reality is that we're all Laker fans, and I get it. You guys, we love Kobe, but that don't mean you got to hate LeBron, bro. And especially with what LeBron does off the court. I mean, if we just take what LeBron does off the court and put that at the center of attention, I'm a fan of LeBron's. Period. Just loving what he does as a human.
Look, I'm starting a movement where you could be a LeBron and Kobe fan at the same time.
They respected each other
just by being a Laker fan.
There we go.
Just by being a Laker fan. And I use my basic ass common sense. LeBron doesn't come here without Kobe's blessing.
Nope.
I can't have a bigger problem on the behalf of a man who don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And so, we always talk about, we don't have to recruit people to come to LA and blah, blah, blah. LeBron could have easily went to the Clippers.
Easily. He wouldn't have, but he easily could have. LeBron knows business, and he knows merging the 2 top brands. So that's what we just did again. We merged LeBron with the Laker brand. We're merging Luka with the Laker brand. The NBA is talking about becoming an international stage where they're going to actually create a league in Europe and all these other countries. And I'm assuming they're going to have a world championship where the winner of each continent plays each other. I can see that sort of expanding and becoming what the NBA is. And what's the best way to do it than going out and getting the most popular international player in the league?
Right.
I know Joker won more, but Luka's a little bit more because Joker is stoic. You
had to take this trade. You just had to.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the only team they contacted. Dog, if he had got out, that Dallas, the only team they contacted was the Lakers, and Rod was like, nah. and then Luka go to like hell. Let's say they take a package from the Clippers.
Right.
Yeah.
or
Now,
some shit. People would have lost their damn mind.
can I throw this out to y'all? Because like, let's flip it from Dallas's perspective. Like, if you're Dallas, and I don't know if you guys covered this already, but like, why would you be willing to punt on Luka? Like, you got 25-year-old superstar. You were just in the finals last year. Like, why are you then contacting the Lakers and be like, hey, let's work a trade out. Let's get rid of our, basically our best player. Like,
I feel like Nico made a choice that he wanted AD. I feel like he already decided I want to pair AD up with Kyrie. I want my Shaq and Kobe, and I can't do it with Luka here.
Right.
And Kyrie is not going to get me AD, but Luka is going to get me AD. I think that's why, to Quincy's point earlier, it wasn't a bidding war. He didn't talk to a bunch of teams. It wasn't open. He literally was like, I want AD. Because I think he feels like if we have AD with Kyrie, we could actually probably win now. I think he's. I think he.
If I'm an owner, Dane, you're fired for even bringing me some shit like that. When I just bought the team, I'm trying to become this. You just get rid of our number one. You're fired for even thinking about that.
Well, but you got to understand too, though, because you bring in AD, who was a number one guy in the LA market too. So there's some cachet that comes with that as well. AD won a championship. AD's having an MVP year. That's why, like Quincy said, this would be the prime time to trade.
You're right.
Because he's actually a couple nights ago, AD had 40 points and 22 rebounds.
His last game as a Laker, 40-20 game.
Yeah.
Who are we playing? Who do we play in that game? Who do we play in that? What game?
I don't remember.
But the point is that AD only does that against the Brooklyn Nets. When we fucking play the Denver Nuggets.
I can't say that. I say he don't always show up against the big team, but he don't always falter against. I think people put too much on that. He don't always.
Sabonis and Joker. Let me just put those two people out there. Sabonis and Joker.
That's two people. Like that's what I'm saying. That's talking about two people.
They're the only real big bigs in the league. When Kobe played Dwayne Wade and when he played LeBron James, that's when I'm turning it up even more.
But didn't AD wear Joker ass out when we won the championship?
That was Joker's what year? Second year?
Don't matter. But I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna take the credit from him for what you got to give him the credit for what he did against them too.
I definitely think he held his own. Like, I know he didn't have his greatest statistical games, but I think he held his own. Like,
look at his fourth quarter scoring. Look in those games. Look at the fourth quarter scoring against those players and those teams. Yeah. Like he would ball out the first 3 quarters. I need you to do that in the fourth quarter. That means if you got to turn it down a little bit the first 3 quarters, turn up in the fourth because you're unstoppable. AD, like the dude can do it all. Yeah.
So last year in the playoff, against us, Joker averaged 28 and 16 and 9 assists. AD averaged 27 and 15 and 2 blocks. He held his own.
Okay, it's a good. He's playing a really good game. I think it's just. I think he was being asked to do a lot.
He shot 63% from the field.
What are the fourth quarter splits if you have it, Quincy? Because that was just really my point. Is that you're our ace. We need you to turn up in the fourth quarter because we could have won these games. We lost by an average of 2 points in every game.
But I think to Marcus' point, they saw what is it going to take? We could get, I would say, AD might be the best two-way player in the league right now.
He might be.
Who's better than AD two-way right now?
Giannis.
Nope. Hell no.
Nah.
Hell no.
I'll take Giannis. I would take Giannis. So if they brought me a trade to give me Giannis,
I think
so you wouldn't have took Giannis for AD.
I wouldn't, but I don't like Giannis' game, and y'all know that.
Yeah. I think Giannis. I would have thought about it. It's not a quick no.
Yeah,
it's not a quick no, but I think AD is the best two-way player in the league right now.
I think Dallas got fleeced though because they didn't ask for both first rounders. Like there is no way I'm giving up Luka and not getting both first round picks. I think they got fleeced.
But I think that the reason, if I'm Dallas, one, if I know I'm not going to pay Luka $350 million, I'm gonna trade him now versus trade him later when teams know I'm desperate and now I gotta get rid of him.
Yeah.
You're not getting an AD caliber player. You're
And
gonna get a whole bunch of names and some picks.
A guard for a big too. A guard.
Jimmy Butler on his last leg.
But you're not getting an AD caliber. So I'm gonna trade him before he fully have leverage and know that we're not giving him the supermax. And then teams know we got to get rid of him. Let me, like Dame said, Nico been locked in on AD. So if I'm gonna trade him, let me go trade him for the person I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know now I'm getting one of the top big men in the league. I'm putting him back at his natural position, and I don't need him to close.
Yeah,
because I got my closer.
Well, and also just to go back to the point too, even with AD, like the fact that like the knock on him was that he was not scoring in the fourth, but he still is putting up 27, 28, in that series against the Nuggets. You're like, man, so he's killing. Even if he's not scoring in the fourth, he's still killing those first three quarters. And most of those games, we're still not even in the lead. It's like, how do we have 28 from AD or 25 or even, let's say 22?
What happens to the other team, though? What happens to the other team when they know you're not going to be aggressive in the fourth? They can lay off of you. They don't have to. So go ahead. That's always just the mentality of it.
To me, just in my opinion, I felt like AD was just having to do too much in those first three quarters, and then I think he was just running out of gas at the end of the games.
That's the problem with playing him at the 5 spot.
Right.
Because you got him guarding. See, the reason why it worked in 2020 is because Dwight was wearing Jokic ass out. So by the time AD went to the 5 in the fourth quarter, AD is fresh.
Right.
AD is fresh, which is that because see the reason why I like AD at the 4 because when teams do decide to go small and you go small, you still bigger than them. That was our advantage. When teams want to go big, we could go AD at the 4, LeBron at the 3, Dwight or JaVale at the 5. Okay, you guys want to go small? AD, you gonna play the 5. Kuz, you come in at 6'9". LeBron, you 6'8". KCP and then Caruso. That's 6'6", 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", 6'11". So we were still big. Dallas
small.
Dallas is that right now.
So now Dallas get to do that. Because now the only thing they're gonna do when teams go small, AD gonna go to the 5. PJ Washington, 6'9", is gonna go and play the 4 spot.
Yep. Yeah. I think J Kidd's about to run it back. He's literally looking at the blueprint of that team.
This is their best opportunity.
I 100% see because also, like I said, the way how the CBA is structured, you're not getting free agents like that. So you're not looking at Luka clock. If I'm Dallas, I'm looking at Kyrie's clock.
Right.
How many more solid top tier years I got in Kyrie? Because when Kyrie's gone, I don't know where that next player is going to get. So let me try to build a team more structured for a Kyrie finishing in the 4th, and then bring in an AD who can lead us to 3 quarters, and then
How old is Kyrie? Let's see.
Him and AD the same age, I believe.
They can retire together. Okay. Yeah, they can retire together, man. Like I said, I'm happy for AD, man. I know it comes across as I just don't like to do, but we get spoiled with the type of players we have. Magic was a leader. Kobe was a leader. Even Shaq in his infinite wisdom was a leader. And he demanded it. So when you get used to that, and then you have a person that you see all the potential in the world in, and he just doesn't want to take it. That to me was always disappointing.
Well, Quincy made a good point about that. Yeah, like Quincy made a good point about that. Like this is who he is now. We keep hoping that there's another level, but I think that this is it.
Who changed after 30? Who changed their game and mindset after 30, 31 in the NBA? I can't think of nobody.
Kareem.
Well,
Remember he didn't want to change. He was bucking Magic, but Magic was like, dude, I'm gonna get you the ball.
but the thing with that, it was like this nigga is winning.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't really argue Kareem. Like he's winning. I mean, the Lakers have all the leverage. Like Kareem, like what are you mad about?
Yeah. I also think too, there's something about, like you just hit on the point of winning. There's a difference between being that dude on a winning team and being that dude on a losing team, because
Yeah.
you get a lot of like just empty buckets. If like when AD was in New Orleans, and not saying that he's a terrible player, I think AD's incredible. But when he's in New Orleans, a lot of those buckets aren't meaningful buckets. But like when
No.
you look at somebody like LeBron, where it's like you've been carrying teams and you've been playing in finals and you've been having to get those real tough, but like you're the alpha on a team that's really a contender.
Yeah.
And I think we all wanted AD to do that, but it's like unfortunately, like was just said, not everybody has that gear like Magic and Cole, and like we throw it out there, like, oh man, why can't so just do this? And it's like, man, not everybody is built like this. Like there's a very few players that have the ability and the mental aggressiveness to really go out there and be an alpha on a team that's about to win. Like it's hard to do. Like
Marcus, you are right about that. You are right about that. There's a lot of people with the ability that don't have the mentality.
Right.
Kevin Durant. Me and my cousin was talking about Kevin Durant would have been the perfect player for the Spurs, because the Spurs doesn't require that from their players, because Pop is like the general.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you're on the Spurs, your responsibility is just go play basketball.
Yeah.
All the culture set, all that stuff, being elite, that's all Pop. And it just that, I mean, hell, Lamar Odom. I always said if Lamar Odom had Kobe Harden brain, he'd probably be a top 3 basketball player of all time.
I agree.
And a right hand.
Yeah.
A left hand.
Like. I mean,
because he had all the tools.
He had, man, 6'11". Like Lamar had one of the realest triple doubles I've ever seen. He had like 39, 19, and 8 one time. I think he was against the Sacramento Kings when he was on the Heat. Like one of the realest triple. But some player, I mean, that was our knock on Eddie Jones.
Right.
Everybody wanted Eddie Jones to go to that next level, and
Kobe just wiped him out.
Yeah.
Kobe was killing him as a kid.
And that's the thing. I mean, Eddie didn't see that bulldog behind him.
Right.
That wanted it all.
Yeah.
Just wiped out an all-star.
Well, that's what I used to say. Remember, I used to say all the time. I was like, remember, there was a time where Ray Allen and Kobe was right here.
Thank you.
Remember that? Remember when
Ray Allen.
It was Ray Allen to Kobe.
The Dale Harris time.
Yeah, and when Ray Allen was a buck.
Yeah.
And Ray Allen became a starter. Yep, he used to slash and dunk. He used to like his game was very similar to Kobe. But I said, even I used to be like his mentality, he ain't a dog like that.
Right.
Like he ain't a dog like Kobe. Like, and that's why he was good with being the stand in the corner. Kobe would have never been good with being the stand in the corner, shoot the 3 guy.
Yeah.
Now let's give Kobe a little more credit. He has more skill than Ray Allen. He wasn't a skilled shooter.
No, I'm saying at that point.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, at that point, got you. Okay.
At that
point,
right. Kobe and Ray Allen was like this, and Ray Allen was actually a better shooter at that time. You know what I mean? Because Ray always had his 3.
Shot,
he had the 3 ball. He was flash. He would go to the hole. Like he was a different
player. I
player.
remember
Celtics
arguing with people that thought Kerry Kittles was better than Kobe.
I remember that too. I remember that
in the finals, that finals year.
No, probably before 2000, because about 2000 people really started to like see it, especially after that chip. But about 98 to 2000,
right,
Cass was really having conversations that Kerry Kittles was better than Kobe.
Those college years, that Villanova run he had.
Yeah. So I guess Luka finally spoke out. He said, "I'm grateful for the amazing opportunity. Basketball means everything to me. No matter where I play the game, I do so with the same joy, passion, and goal to win the championship." And he posted his picture in his Laker jersey. He'll be wearing number 77 for the Lakers.
Hey, welcome to the
time
squad.
ever. Boy, that's about to be the number one selling jersey.
Well, see, he got something to prove because his last team said he was a condition, he had a passion.
Right.
So,
was that like Red Monovich that was like 70 something for us for a little bit?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
Okay.
Russell Arnautovic.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's gonna be we play Dallas on the 25th.
Yeah.
Cosm. I think Ant was talking about that. Everybody meet up at
I want to go there
Cosm.
because I haven't been.
It's only $22 too for people that haven't been to Cosm. They have different levels, so they have like a bar level where you could just go in and watch the games. That's $22.
Right.
If you want to be in the dome area, that costs a little bit more, but just to go hang out, it's only about $20. So I'm down.
That'll be a nice homecoming for AD.
Oh, it's here in LA too. Oh yeah, sure is.
I want to get you guys too. I want to get you guys back on after the trade deadline. Once the dust settles, we know what it is.
I want to ask you guys because I want to give AD his flowers. Give me your favorite Anthony Davis moment.
Oh, by far the bubble, shooting the three to win that game in the finals.
Yelling Kobe.
Yelling Kobe in the Kobe jersey. You don't get no more Laker than that. That's like my favorite AD moment and one of my favorite Laker moments.
Yeah, to me, that cemented his jersey going up in the Raptors.
Yeah.
Well, is it?
Hell yeah.
One ring?
Wilt, 1 ring, 5.5 in 5 years. What's the difference?
Is Wilt? I mean, is AD? Do we compare AD to Wilt though? I mean,
if we talking about
5 years with the Lakers, 1 ring.
And
I guess like you're right. Lakers, like he's don't get no statue. All right, he gets the jersey.
No,
he gets the jersey.
He gonna get
the jersey.
He gonna get a statue.
Okay. Yeah. We are class personified, so I can't disagree with that. We're gonna do them right. And are we going to boo? I assume there's gonna be no boos for AD.
I don't think so. No.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah.
Come on, Laker fans. We don't do that.
No,
so we're gonna show them.
Look, the reason why I'm like AD and LeBron will always be good with me because they came to us when nobody else was fucking with us.
Yep,
man.
We was begging Lamar. I can't still believe
LaMarcus
Aldridge
wouldn't even come meet with us.
Bro, to me, when Carmelo Anthony turned us down to go back to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like what?
KD didn't even give us a visit, dog.
But to be honest though,
didn't even give us a visit.
Didn't all that stuff help us though? Do we become this team? Do we end up with Luka if we got a LaMarcus Aldridge? If we got it?
No, probably not. But it still stings that we couldn't get.
Oh
I think that
couldn't even get a call.
That eventually led to Jim and Mitch getting fired. But
which had to happen.
But that's what I say about LeBron. People be like, I'm like, look. I didn't like LeBron before he came here, and there was a lot of things I didn't like still while he was here. You know what I mean? I said, but what I can never not give him the respect for is that he came when people were saying we the joke of the league. I know y'all remember they were saying the Lakers was the joke of the league when
nobody would come here.
When we paid what's that Mozgov $72 million, he was the first person I remember throwing my phone when the first alert came through.
And Luau
Dang. They were saying we were the joke of the league, and that's why we couldn't get. They were like, "Yo, long as Jim Buss is over there, and nobody was coming. Like all the players was like, long." So for LeBron to come at the end of that tumultuous time, because people forget that's at the time that she was fighting with her brother for for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he came and brought AD with him, and I'll have to respect that. And they got us a championship. They tied us.
And always props to the Mamba. But when Jeannie came to him and asked him what she need to do to get LeBron and other superstars to the Lakers, he said, "You're gonna have to fire your brother."
Yeah,
and that's what she did. But AD and LeBron, no, I mean, if you look at our relationship with Clutch, without Clutch, we haven't really got any free agents.
Nope.
Right.
No. Folks want to hate, on Clutch and LeBron and AD, whatever, on the behalf of Kobe, whatever.
They helped get us back on top, man. They helped get us back into expecting championships.
And I'm always roll with who's rolling with me when I'm at my lowest.
Because people forget who was that. Well, people forget the Robert Sacre years. You know what I mean? Like y'all.
I don't know how.
I don't remember these names. I don't know how you remember these names, man.
With Chris Kaman going to sleep on the bench.
Right.
That
Bro,
shit was
17
embarrassing.
win seasons? Like,
Y'all forget
come
that
on, man.
the Jameson years.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all
We got
forget
what,
them.
2 back-to-back 2 picks? We got, I mean, Lakers never perennially were in the lottery pick. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
Like, so people forget those years because I guess they used to us now because you know AD and LeBron is. So look, I'm looking forward to see where they go. Like I said, I want to get you guys back on after the trade deadlines, after we know what what's what. Chris Mim, you're right. That was another piece of that era. Chris Mim, I remember all them names.
That was the post Shaq era.
That was that was Kobe Smush era.
Yeah,
Chris Mim was the Kobe
Yeah.
Smush era.
See. I remember the Sedell 3 era.
That was bad, bro.
yeah.
Sedell 3 and
Right
Tony
after Magic
Smith.
Johnson, right after Magic them left.
Yeah, before we drafted Van Axel.
Yeah,
I was gonna say before Van Exel got here, man, which that was one of my favorite players for a long time.
Oh man,
Van
see
Exel.
that tell you the truth, that's when I had to really like stop getting like so emotionally attached to players because when they traded Van Axel and Eddie Jones, I was hurt. I was down bad, bro.
Has a team had 4 All-Stars since then?
No, not that I can remember.
No, the Pistons didn't the Pistons that bullshit.
Yeah, because it was what
they
Van
probably
Exel.
have.
The Pistons when
Did they
we
have 4?
lost them.
I mean,
No.
did they?
When they had
Rasheed
Tyshawn
Rill,
Prince,
Thompson, and Ben Wallace.
Yeah, that was the last time.
Okay. I would say the Heat, I felt like would be the closest. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So like the Eddie Jones and Van Axel trades was the one that taught me a lesson about about like look, these trades happen.
Hell yeah, we remember Cedric Ceballos. He used to
Cedric, absolutely.
Cedric Ceballos at the Slauson swap meet when his ass supposed to be at practice.
Wait, I gotta say it's about a story. I stood in the form with a Cedric Ceballos jersey on, and he noticed me and he signed my jersey. I still got the jersey.
Hey, that's what's up.
And I actually saw him at Ernie's funeral, and I told him that story. Of course, he didn't remember, but he signed my jersey. Of course, you know, he automatically became my favorite player. And, you know, this motherfucker get traded.
Yeah,
because he decided.
The last team that had 4 All-Stars were the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Al
that.
Horford, Paul Millsap, Jeff Teague, and Kyle Korver.
They were the number 1 seed in the East.
Oh, that's nasty All-Star selections. That's all we didn't remember. That's the worst.
Kyle Korver is getting
That's
votes.
the
Like
worst. Yo, dog, that's nasty.
See, I don't want to be mean, but that's when we got to stop with the fan votes. When Kyle Korver is getting in, like, no, we draw the line.
Hey, they were the number 1 seed, and I think they lost in the first round. Did they lose in the first round to somebody?
Yep,
I think so.
Probably so.
Yeah, man. So. Might have been, yeah.
So I'm trying to. I gotta see Luka in the Lakers uniform. This is gonna be weird, but
Yep.
A whole different chapter, but
yeah, it's another chapter.
Yeah, they lost to the Cavs. Yeah, they lost to the Cavs. The Hawks lost to the Cavs that year.
All roads ended with the Cavs for the Atlanta franchise.
Yeah.
Just like pick a year.
Okay, like you said, the Hawks or the Raptors. We know who ended.
Hey, dog. LeBron was really like fucking Candyman over there in the East. All these teams would be so.
Remember, that was one of our knocks. It's like you winning in the East.
Yep.
That was everybody's knock. It's like, where you over there in the East winning?
I mean, all those teams would be so hopeful. Toronto, and he was like, I mean, he beat Toronto. Just thought they had a squad. He beat them with Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance in it.
Right. Quick too.
The Indiana squad was the one that I thought had an opportunity when Paul George was young. You know, I used to really think that Indiana squad had a chance.
That's why I realized
Yeah.
Paul George was a real dog.
Right.
Because he had too many chances to take them down, and he fell apart every single time against LeBron.
Right.
Yeah. With Lance Stevenson. Yeah, that team.
Is that Birdman that Paul George dunked on?
Yeah. I mean, they were right. One year, I can't remember what game it was, but it was D Wade that saved him. It wasn't LeBron against the Heat. They was right there with the Heat, and D Wade went off in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
we got the Clippers.
evolution
Don't
of
worry.
LeBron is crazy.
The Clippers shouldn't win another game now because Luka be giving them the blues.
Just go see what Luka historically had done to the Clippers.
Yeah,
Luka
he be giving them the blues.
That's one thing I'm happy about.
What LeBron was to Toronto, that's what Luka is to the Clippers.
To the Clippers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the.
If nothing else, I'll take that.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Intuitive about to be Luka's like Airbnb basically.
Yeah.
He gave it to Paul. He gave it to Kawhi. He gave it to him. Pick one. Y'all line up.
Phoenix,
Just get in line. Yeah.
Phoenix and the Clippers, Luka loved them.
Yeah.
He let us see him coming, huh?
Yeah, he loves to see them coming. What's his record against Denver?
No
I think he's pretty good against Denver too.
Yeah.
All right, about to get up out of here, y'all. Thank
All
y'all
right,
for
y'all.
joining, man. This was fun. It was a great show. Everybody in the comments, thank y'all for hitting up, chiming in, chopping in. Y'all make it fun too when we get to, have y'all involved. Marcus, you definitely got to come back, bro. Appreciate your insight. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to come back. And we'll see y'all. Like I say, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all when we find out either February 6th or whatever happened this week.
Miles Turner. We got a first rounder. We'll give up AR and Rui. Would y'all be willing to give up AR, Rui, and in the first?
Yes.
In a heartbeat, bro. I've been trying to get Rui for. I'll give Rui for season tickets at this point. Like, what y'all got?
Man, I had hope for Rui, but
Rui's one of the most frustrating.
He the next AD. I mean, as far as just not, he don't have that dog in him.
Because Rui got the body. He got all the physical attributes. He got the skill.
He ain't got the brain, dog.
Nah.
Bro, I don't know why.
JJ be cussing his ass out.
He's just too passive. His mentality.
I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think Rui's that smart. And I mean, basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
No, I got yeah. No, he's intelligent kid.
He has a very low basketball IQ. I watched him. I don't know if y'all remember this. This was against Denver in the fourth quarter in these games that we losing by 2, and Rui stay lost on defense.
Yeah.
And he kept getting caught in that same spot between the elbow and the 3-point line.
Who was he on? Gordon? Who was he on?
Yeah.
He was on Gordon. Yeah. He would get lost. Yeah.
Jamal Murray. So he kept getting caught in this. And it was like, oh my God.
Mind you, Gordon's just their dunker spot. So he's gonna stand there playing that little by the post.
So
it's not hard.
Frustrating thing to watch. So that's why I was like, oh, this dude don't really have a high basketball IQ. But all right, we ain't gonna shit on Rui too much. But thank everybody.
No, we got to trade him. We got to trade him. So no, he's a great player. He's a high IQ.
He did a mouse turning out of Rui. Do it.
That is such a Laker fan to do. Shit on a player and then wonder why other teams don't want to take him.
Rui's great. High basketball IQ. Right. He's the next one.
Super healthy.
All right, y'all.
Super healthy. He's always there. He shows up to work on time. He's professional. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in a minute. This has been Worldwide Next Talk. Until next time.
All right.
To the rim. It's about what I'm doing it big or going home. I'm focused on my plan. In my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it. One of the best that did it. Coming with it. Understand this is all I think about. All I ever wanna do. All I ever work for. So ain't no giving up. And up to the